Thank you so much, everyone, for coming this evening for the Pearl L. Crawford Memorial Library Board of Trustees meeting for this evening, Tuesday, September 10th, 2024. We are starting a little bit late. I apologize for that. It is 6:20. And just as a reminder, the meeting will be recorded. If we could please start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much, folks. So our first point of business this evening would be to introduce our newly appointed trustee, Jean Tilley. Jean, thank you so much for agreeing to fill this position. It's wonderful to have you.
Thank you for approving me.
You're so welcome.
I'm very grateful to be here.
Excellent. And we have lots of fun things to do, so welcome aboard.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Our next point of business will be the review and approval of meeting minutes from August 13th. First and foremost. And if I could have a motion on accepting the August 13th
I make a
minutes.
motion to accept the August 13th meeting minutes.
Second.
Thank you. The motion has been made by Ms. Korch and seconded by Mr. Clark. Those in favor, please.
Aye.
Aye.
I will abstain, I was not here.
I will abstain.
Okay, thank you. So I have 2 abstentions, and I have a group of 4, so that means that the August 13th minutes are accepted. Thank you very much, folks. We also have our special meeting that we had on August 20th for reviewing and interviewing prospective trustees. So if we could just review that quickly, please.
I do have an edit on there, and it should say meeting minutes and not meeting agenda.
Okay. I apologize, my paper is very noisy.
That's quite right.
And with that one edit, if I could have a motion,
So moved.
excellent. And if I could have a second, please?
Second.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Craver and Mr. Clark for moving and seconding. And if I could have a vote of approval on these, please?
So moved.
Aye.
Excellent. Any abstentions or?
I abstain, yeah.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So the minutes are approved with the exception of that correction just to change agenda to minutes. Thank you, folks. I appreciate that. Our next point of business is our director's report from Nicole.
All right, so first up is the staffing update. So August, we started to wind down from summer reading. So on the August 21st, I completed the state aid workshop. The 28th, I took a civic literacy in public libraries, what, why, and how online, which was very interesting. I think I can get that video if anybody wants to watch it. And then on August 30th, the whole staff went to the Webster Library, and we worked with their staff with a consultant out of Gloucester for Reader's Advisory Training, which was super fun. The staff loved it. Loved it. The only person that missed the training was Lena because she was on vacation, but we brought her back the handouts, and it was great to meet the rest of the Webster staff. Super fun. We got to do some hands-on experiences, so that was great. So thank you for letting us open late on that day. The community survey is still up on the website. It will be up on the end of, until the end of September. To date, we have had 213 responses so far. I'm gonna backtrack back to the youth services position before I get off track, because a lot of the staffing report this month has to do with the library card sign-up month. So, as you all know, we are looking for a youth services librarian for the library. It's a 40-hour-a-week position, level 3 with the town of Dudley. The starting pay is $55, tops out at $61. And definitely looking for somebody that has a master's of library science, so I'm hoping to get some good candidates. It was posted internally for a week. Last Friday, it went up on the Mass Board of Library Commissioners website. That's where everyone who's looking for a professional library job knows to go to that website to look for a good job. And also sent it to the director of the Masters of Library and Information Science director at URI. So she sent it out to the graduates over there too. So it'll be interesting to see what we get. We've had 5 applicants so far.
Simmons College job line is a good place to post it too, yeah.
Anything in Connecticut? Since you went to Rhode Island, did you, anything to post in Connecticut? Any
No,
place?
I did not.
No.
I did not. I can definitely do that.
They do?
Is there a
Okay.
fee?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought there was a fee for
Okay,
that.
but I mean, if you're close to us, you're gonna be looking at Mass anyways.
Yeah, I think that's,
I
yeah.
think the Mass is probably the most important one.
Right.
Yeah. I think people really know to look there, so.
Yeah.
And people outside of state can access that.
Oh, absolutely.
job
Yep.
postings too.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. So the position's gonna be posted until filled. So I believe that we're gonna start hopefully setting up interviews for next week. We're gonna definitely do 2 rounds of interviews, for sure.
So I guess I'm concerned about the budget, because the amounts you're saying, that's not what we have in our budget.
It will be, we will have the money. We'll be all set.
And you say we are gonna interview, who are you gonna have?
So Deb will be doing first round of interviews with me as the circulation supervisor. Olivia, the assistant town administrator, will be doing second rounds of interview with me. And most likely, there will be a story time. So,
Oh,
yeah.
practice, yeah, yep.
So you can go to that.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Ben does great going to story time.
Yes. We're gonna rate you hard. No, we won't. Definitely not. So we're excited to bring somebody to the team. We're definitely running on a skeleton crew right now, but we're making it work, so it's been okay.
Again, thank you to you and your team for knowing where to fill and keeping those holes as small as possible.
Yeah, yeah. We gotta get through this week. We have one more person on vacation at the end of the week. Last week Ann was out, so that was really tough. But everybody's been really good. We've done some, the girls have all had their schedules shifted in some way or another to make sure that the library is fully staffed.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so. So back to the staffing report. So everybody knows September is library card sign-up month because it's all over Facebook. That's all we're doing. But Jubilee, who is one of our aides, mentioned that she would be willing to do some outreach as part of growing her professional portfolio. So I reached out to the principal at Shepherd Hill. So Deb and Jubilee will be going over this Thursday at lunchtime to sign up the high school students for library cards. They can either do an e-card sign up or they can do a physical card sign up, and that is where the makeup is going. It's going to the high school. So we've given some kits away thus far, but difficult to get people to get a library card that are in the library because they probably already have one. With that being said, since September 1, we've signed up 26 cards. So, 2 out of state, 3 adult, 9 juve, 8 senior citizens, 3 YA, and 1 E-card. Last month, just to give you an idea, we signed 40 people up, but you have to remember, that's a high number because we had a lot of people in the building for summer reading. So, we're off to a pretty decent start. Our goal, the staff and I talked, our goal is 170. If we hit the high school right, we'll hit it. If we don't, it'll be sketch, but we'll see. We
For the
think we
month
can
of
do it.
September?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, we think we can do it, so.
Cool.
And then the last item for the staffing is our summer page went back to school on August 17th. She was an enormous help, so grateful for her. And we hope to bring her back for school breaks and again next summer. So that money was paid out of state aid. It was worth every penny, very little to fund that position for,
Fantastic.
for 10 hours a week, so. Definitely saved us, and we were able to provide better customer service too, which is good. Does anybody have any questions about staffing or the librarian, the open position?
Just quickly about, you're reaching out to the high school.
Mhm.
Anything with the middle school, or is that just not a place you want to go yet?
So we're gonna send a link to them that they can send home to the parents to get the
Oh,
kids signed up. We wanted to have like swag items for the kids, like we know people like free stuff. So we really wanted to hit the high school. And we're also going to, we were going to reach out to the elementary school and have them do a tour at the beginning of the school year. Because they usually do it at the end of the school year, but we thought it would be good if we bookended it. We'll see if we can make that happen. So hopefully October is a better month for that.
Well, what about the fall fundraiser that the PTO puts on?
So I did receive an email about that. It is on a Sunday this year. Unfortunately, I declined because I'm not
Yeah.
in the position to have a staff member
That's fine.
attend that.
If I may, I know the focus is on Shepherd Hill because they're in close proximity, but we also have Bay Path.
We do.
And I don't know what the population from Dudley is as far as the student body is concerned, but I would think there's probably more than a few. I don't know how. That, again, some distance involved, travel time and all of that. And
the
that the
staffing-
rewards in terms of numbers, probably not what you'd get at Shepherd Hill, but I'd like to have them included in some sense, if possible.
I can definitely send them a link and remind them that they can sign up for an e-card too. Staffing is really tight right now.
Mhm.
Really wanted to do
Understand.
more than we're doing. Thursday is also the picnic, the town picnic, which the staff is invited to. So we won't be closing the library, but we will be sending people in rounds. So keep in mind, I have 2 people off-site already, so it's Ann and I running the building for the, for the morning until 1 o'clock. So it's tight, but I absolutely agree with that. We don't want to forget about Bay Path. They're definitely an asset, and we'll try to get them that link for an e-card at bare minimum.
Well, if I
Yeah.
can just mention, so I won't forget.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Bay Path, and I wondered, we're trying to get more youth into the library. I wondered if any of the people in the cosmetology or one of the courses at Bay Path could come in to do a little program
Yeah,
with teen makeup or.
yeah, that'd be fun, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
You might approach it, it's just a suggestion, but Dean Packard, who is now the assistant, I believe, superintendent director
Yes.
at Bay Path, was
Dean is up
formerly
there now.
the principal at one of the, was it Charlton Middle School, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and,
Former student.
he's a Bay Path graduate, actually, and it might be, he might be inclined to help us along with that somewhat.
Good thinking.
That's his personality, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is his personality. He would.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. We also received a $50 donated Amazon gift card from a local company. We're going to do 2 25s for the kids at the high school. So if they sign up for a card, they can win a chance to win that too, which is really great.
They all like free stuff.
They do.
And
Everybody.
an Amazon gift card will do it.
Everybody likes free stuff, right?
That will spread like word of mouth fast.
All right. And then, boy, I feel like I'm flying right through this. I skipped over a facility. All right, facility. August, we set up the 5 new staff computers. Thank you, CW Mars, saved our lives. Windows is not plug and play anymore. So that was quite a little project. They're working phenomenal. We have all the bugs hopefully ironed out now. CW Mars came back last week and have set up the 5 new computers in the adult area. So we're gonna parcel out how many we're buying at a time. So those are set up and ready to go. We had some bumps with that too. They had to come out twice. Again, computers are no longer plug and play, especially when you have all of those antivirus programs that we have on at night for deep freeze, and they roll everything back. We also had to spend a little bit of money to update the Office product licensing again. So that was living on a server that we had, and it's no longer compatible with Windows 11. So
Of course not.
that was a little extra money.
It's awful.
Awful, but it's a perpetual license, so we won't have to buy it again for at least 5 or hopefully 6 years. 6 years, let's say.
As soon as you buy it, it's like outdated.
It's
Right.
perpetual for 5 years.
Well, because then who knows what is gonna be compatible with.
Dictionary, is that it?
Thank you, thank you. We didn't want the cloud version, how's that? We didn't want the cloud version, we needed to get our actual
Yes,
licensing. They don't want you to actually have a license anymore, they want you to use the cloud and they want you to pay monthly.
Right.
And
That's
also
how
log
we did
in,
it.
so it was a problem.
There's
It
a
was
lot of
problem.
wants.
It's all marketing, get that money.
Yep.
Right. I know most of you have been to the library, the landscaping is done, it looks great. It's done for the season, we might have to have them come back and do, some of the fall cleanup. I don't know what the season looks like on the front lawn, so stay tuned for that. Renaud was on site multiple times in August and again this month. They had to do some work, for the controls, so that is all set, kind of.
Yeah.
They'll be coming back again this
That is
month.
perpetual.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
that
Yeah,
is,
it's
that is
forever.
perpetual.
Almost in residence.
Almost. When they were here last time, they did get me a quote on taking care of that vent pipe that's ruining the siding of the
Thank
building.
you.
So that will be done with the next
That's
round.
what's ruining the siding.
Yeah, yeah, right. So they're gonna revent that so we can then take care of the siding. And there is a pump off the boiler that also needs to be replaced. And a couple bad valves in the mechanical room. Luckily, we have a spare pump, who knew?
Oh,
So,
really?
almost free. No, it wasn't. They'll be back next month, stay tuned. And then my favorite building issue of the month was the plumbers were on site for the men's bathroom.
Yes.
And you don't need to know anything else about that other than the bathroom is working.
Okay, yeah.
So.
We've heard about that several times over the past years.
Yeah,
Reoccurring.
yeah. So we did remove, and I checked with the Board of Health before doing so, we did remove the paper towels from the public bathrooms in the front lobby because people are putting them in the plumbing system. And if you don't know, our plumbing runs down the middle of the
Yes,
library.
exactly.
Oh, yes.
And when they snaked, they found a lot of
Oh, yeah.
paper towels. So there are hand dryers in there, which is completely adequate for people to use those instead of the paper towels.
So you had to buy and install, have them installed?
Nope, they were already installed.
they were
We
there.
actually had
Oh,
both.
okay.
Yeah, we had both.
They're the original, actually. They fit under the green. Then people wanted paper towels, we added paper towels. Now we're taking them back out.
Taking them back.
Yeah, just, I mean.
And Small knows how to clean these pipes very well.
Yeah,
They know
they've been
exactly
a lot.
where all the,
All the bumps are.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I thought we could try it. It was suggested by the plumber that we just pull the paper towels out of there.
such a good idea.
Yeah, so we did.
That should be a reduced expense.
Before we leave, circulating pump, we have one on the shelf. Should we buy one and replace that, put it on the shelf?
That is such a good question. So that one will be rebuilt and we'll keep that as a spare.
It'll come back.
Right,
to us.
and
Okay,
that's
thank
what
you.
may have happened with the one that's on the shelf right
Yeah.
now. I think it may have been removed and
That's-
rebuilt.
Yeah, so they think that one is new, but he can't say for sure because he
Yeah.
said it's in really
I
good
look at the
condition.
age of that building and, you know, the boiler, like, I'm just waiting. I'm just saying, like, it's just piecemeal right now, but you know it's coming.
That's why the maintenance
Yes,
is
it's
really
13
important.
years and nothing is made the way it used to be.
Well, it seems that we've replaced an awful lot of whatever was there in the
Yes.
beginning already. I don't know how much
Yeah.
more
I
there is to
agree.
go, but
Yeah.
Like when
we're working our way
years
through
ago
it, to
when
be
we
sure.
bought something, it lasted for 20,
No.
30
Nothing, no.
years. but-
Designed obsolescence.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Yep.
So now we are into September, and I know we talked and we had to put it off because of the water
Yes.
ban. Is that back on, is it scheduled?
Yep, it's scheduled, it's gonna be, I believe, the first Tuesday in October, if memory
Awesome.
serves me correct. I had it on my calendar and I just didn't look at
Power
it.
washing. Power
Oh,
washing
sorry.
for Jean. Yeah,
First, like,
what's back on, Jean?
Sorry,
Yes.
You have to guess.
You missed one word. It was perfect, except for one word.
That's good.
Oh, good.
Yep, so that will be done. And any other questions about any of the building items?
Cross your fingers.
The what?
Cross your fingers.
Cross your fingers, okay. Everything's been good.
Excellent.
All right. And then I gave you guys a new copy of the budget sheet. I just had to move a couple of things around. We're in good shape. We're right where we need to be.
If I may, I'm not too sure, it's not actually a facility issue, at least not at this point. We talked about getting some sort of camera equipment such that we could video the events in the Fells Room going forward. And I know Amanda's not with us this evening, but I know she was involved in that. Is that, where is that? How does it stand now?
Yeah, we're still on the to-do list, but we have some things that we still have to get done that go back to the security cameras and connecting the buildings. So we're still working on that. That is an ongoing project.
Okay.
And there's two like consultants involved, so it's, there's a lot of hands in that.
Oh,
So
all right.
we have the quote, it's moving up on the list.
Okay.
As we cross other things off.
I'm just hoping to keep it active. That's all.
Yeah, yep. We're making little progresses every time somebody comes to the building.
Good.
The security cameras are working fantastic. Yeah,
Wonderful.
which is good.
I have to say, Nicole, that I do love this little fast fact sheet. Well, I just think that it's so nice because it totally gives us like a thumbnail sketch of this is what's happening at the library. And I'm thrilled, and I still love the summer reading sign-ups. Like, that just
okay.
makes my heart sing because, I mean, to have almost 1,000 people as opposed to the 500 we had, the previous year, I just think is fantastic.
Good. That was the snapshot I put together for the Board of Selectmen the week before. I forget what day it
Yep.
was now.
Yeah.
And it is up on our website, but I realized that I had not given you guys a printed copy, so.
They were impressed, I hope.
Oh,
Yeah, they liked
yeah.
having the information for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Right.
And I like the fact that the room bookings is available on that, because I don't think that any, groups that want to meet, I think it's nice to know that we have space available, and just to continuously kind of bring it to the forefront, I think is important. Like, don't forget about us, we have these, this is your library, these areas are available to you, so thank you so much for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the only thing I don't see in the, are you gonna go into that right now?
I can, yes, yep.
Okay.
Which one is missing?
I don't see the town one. The town does something, and the library is always pretty heavily involved in the Halloween spooky
Oh,
spectacular
yes,
thing, and
yeah,
I don't see
yeah.
that
Oh,
listed,
okay.
so I'm just giving you a heads up.
That-
Yeah.
Michelle was the kind of
Michelle Jervis,
the
Yeah.
go-to person for that, so there's a new hat. and,
So I don't think Olivia's doing anything with that this year, but the rec committee
Rec
is,
committee.
and I touched base with her, I think last week, or the last week of August when I was in the building.
Yep.
And they will be reaching out to us, so we will definitely be participating in that. There's just there's no
Spooktacular.
schedule for it yet.
Spooktacular, yep.
Yeah, the spectacular.
And they walk the back road there.
Yeah.
They
to
walk
the
from the
library.
library, up to
Yeah.
here.
I'm hoping we have a youth services librarian by
Yes.
then. Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We did have to reschedule Matt York, who was supposed to be coming at the beginning of October. He's now gonna be coming in November. He had something that he had to take care of, with his family. But we still have a lot of programming going on. We have seed saving with Lynette that we're starting to push now, which is Monday, the 16th. Thursday, the 19th, we have All Rise with Diane Godfrey, which is, again, that's,
It's the crime.
the crime podcast. Queen Elizabeth, the registration is up. I put flyers over at the post office, because they have a bulletin board over there. You don't
Yep.
find bulletin boards very often anymore. And also, oh my goodness, Ed Bassinet took one for the tavern. He says nobody goes there, but he took one of the flyers, so that was good. We have the axolotl painting this Saturday for the kids. That program is full, which is great. At the end of the month, Animal Adventures is coming Saturday, the 28th at 11 a.m. Lisa Kretschmann is coming back on October 5th to do the pumpkin etching program, which is open to 15 people, 12 and over only, for safety issues. Lena's also doing her pumpkin crafternoon on Wednesday, the October 9th. She had her crafternoon this afternoon, and they had a great time. She had 7 people, and she didn't know any of them. She'd never seen any of them
Nice.
before. So,
Fantastic.
yeah, she had a great time. She was really excited about that. Deb Sing and Swing will be here for the kids on October 11th. There's that's open to everybody. It's not a limited registration, so we should be able to fill the room for that. We've moved Thursday night yoga now to Saturdays. We want to try that to see if we can get more families to come in. So Erin is going to facilitate that on the 19th at 10 a.m. And then to round up our Saturday, October programming, we're going to have Spooky Bones and Creepy Crawlies. And it's like a scientific program. It's learning for kids about real bones and skeletons from native Massachusetts animals. Registration opens for that on the 26th.
What's the age that you recommend for that?
I believe that one is 5+. That was one that our youth services librarian had scheduled for us, so thank you for doing that. But it is science-based, so I wouldn't say anybody younger than 5.
Yep.
And then, of course, Senator Fatman is having fall office hours. His district director will be with us on September 18th, October 16th, and November 20th. And John Marcy is tagging along, which is very cool.
And she actually introduced herself last
Yep.
night at the
I heard
Board of
somebody
Selectmen meeting. She was very nice. She's like, I'll be at the library. I look forward to seeing everyone, so.
Yep,
She's
she's
very
great.
nice.
She is great. So passive programming is still going well. We have slowed down because summer reading is over, but the scavenger hunt, we have 120 participants. Jubilee, God love her, she is running with the Transformers theme. She did a whole Transformers scavenger hunt. Like, she's really into it. She's doing a great job. We also put together a little like robot made out of boxes that the kids can knock down and reassemble. The kids are having a great time with that. The book bundles still very popular. 95 bundles went out last month, which is great. And the 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten, that program has been revamped, and we just finished that this week. Different types of incentives for kids. So they'll be getting a charm for a necklace every 100 books they complete, and then they get a star that goes up on the window, and that star will move around the room until they reach 1,000 books. And
It's great.
it's funny, we were gonna do away with the press releases in the newspaper, but parents really want the
Yeah.
press releases, so we did a release, a signed release, suggested by somebody. And those will continue to go in the newspaper. I think we had I think we had 3 kids that completed it by September 1. I mean, just in 1 month, so it was pretty cool. And we have a lot of people still doing the puzzles and the painting, and keeping up with that. Our library traffic is really good. We're definitely back to pre-COVID levels. I think I told you guys last month, I had to find the right number for the doors, so the gates,
Yes.
how many times are you recounting staff going in and out? So now the counters are actually on the front doors. So we're getting a much truer number.
Good.
So we're still trending higher than we've been, so that is good. Circulations are up. Overall, physical circulations are up 82%. Digital circulations are up 28%. So overall, we're up 70% for all of our materials, including digital.
And that's just above last year?
That's
Annual?
month over month. Yep, August over August. Yep.
August over August, okay.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Super.
So which is good, yeah, because we expected July to be up, but for August to be up too. Summer reading ended, I mean, it feels like it was months ago. It was only 2 weeks ago, but this is traditionally when you see things start to fall off, you know. We took a break from doing the guest readers on Monday nights in September because parents are getting into the swing of school and sports are starting. But we're still doing really well with people coming in through the
Children's
doors.
books really exploded.
The what?
Children's books.
Yes, the book bundles are absolutely helping, absolutely helping. Because, and we hear people say it all day long, they grab 2 or 3 bundles on their way out because it's easy, you know?
Can you describe for us again the book bundles?
Yeah, so Jubilee came up with a bunch of different themes, like could be unicorns, or doctors, or trucks, or rainbows, and she'll pull 3 or 4, sometimes 5 books together with an activity sheet, whether that's a coloring sheet or like a maze, something for the kids to work on that's related to the theme. She wraps it up with a tag, and then it goes on our new display.
Nice.
So parents literally can just grab and go. So it's like I guess a staff recommendation on, you know,
that's great.
like.
Yeah,
pumped up.
Thank you, Jubilee. Good
Fantastic.
idea.
And we noticed when we were in Webster for our training, we of course took a tour of the building, and they too just started book bundles. So, yep, it was good. So that's great.
What's that saying, that copying or imitation is the best form of compliments?
We certainly didn't come up with the idea, so.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
But
Yeah,
Jubilee's in
absolutely.
school. I'm giving her credit for using her school
Oh,
learning.
Jubilee?
Jubilee.
She's done a great job putting the bundles together. Yeah, she sure has. She's actually done a fantastic job making sure that that room stays running, and she's offering dynamic things and ideas and puzzles, and she's doing a great job. She's doing a great job. Yep, the whole staff is, honestly. Everybody has really, they're working really hard to, make sure that the
Doesn't slide
community is
backwards,
still,
yeah.
getting what they need, so.
Total physical circulation is plus 82%.
Mahjong is still going well too, isn't it?
Mahjong is good.
It's like a consistent 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12, yeah.
That's good, they're happy.
Yep, they're happy. We had, last month we had pitch players in that typically meet here in the
Oh,
building.
yeah.
Just as a fill-in for voting, but they were a lot of fun to have in the building. They were concerned that they would be too loud, and I said, oh no. I'm like, you're
In
not
our
gonna be a
library.
problem, don't worry.
Yeah.
So that was fun to see new people, because they got to see the art display, and now they're seeing the quilt displays. We got some new library card signups out of it, so it was good.
When I
How
stopped in.
big a
Oh,
pitch
sorry.
group is that? Excuse me.
Yes, okay.
I think they would do 4 tables. I think we put out all 5, so it's either 16 or 20.
Oh,
So-
And they're usually in the senior room? They,
I believe so. Yeah, it's a direct
Oh,
correlation to the voting
Yeah,
situation.
the voting, so yeah.
Yep, so,
Yeah, gladly host.
yeah, absolutely.
I was just gonna say that I went, last week when I stopped in, I did have a chance, it was nice and quiet in the Fells room, so I went through and looked at all the quilts, and they were
Beautiful,
gorgeous,
I know.
absolutely gorgeous.
Amazing.
I loved being able to read.
I like the little stories.
Yes, I thought that was
They
fantastic.
did a nice job. And we are gonna have a little reception for them. I believe it's, Monday, there was only, oh no, I think it's a Wednesday. I have to look at are you online over there? I don't think I added that to that was a last minute add-on.
On your report?
If you go to the
Read the
event
library.
calendar, it should be right in there.
The library.
But they
Oh,
were
okay.
concerned about
Yeah,
people
give me a
coming in.
couple
I said,
minutes.
oh no, you don't want a lot of people coming in until we put the cookies out. So we're gonna have it. I think it's a Wednesday, and I think it's when John Marcy's in the building also. It'll be an afternoon program.
Nope, they were lovely, I just,
So
It'll
fantastic.
be in the newspaper this week.
when Mr. Marcy and Fatman's representative are in the building, so now the counters are at the door, so people coming in to see them, well, they're going to the history room, right?
Yeah.
So they'll be counted.
They will be counted, yes. Yep.
Yeah, that was always a bugaboo when functions in the Fells room didn't get counted.
Yes,
Right.
yeah. So
They
now
didn't
we
get
have
to the
counters
counter.
there. We're doing a manual account in the children's room, just tally marks, because I
All
am
right,
super
what am I looking
curious
for
to
here,
see.
Michelle?
Some
I'm sorry, Nicole.
October, I
Your
think, look on,
calendar, yeah.
sorry, September, look on the Wednesdays.
September, on a Wednesday,
18th.
18th, we've got Mahjong at 10 to 12:30. We have Senior Senator Ryan Fatman from 10:30 to 11:30, Representative John Marcy, staff office hours. Both of them going to be at the same time?
Different
Okay.
rooms.
And then we have pre-K power story time at 10:30 to 11 a.m. And at 2 to 4:30, we have mini quilt show.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's on the 18th, right?
That's a lot going on.
Yes, yes.
So where is Mr. Marcy? I thought they were gonna be in the same room.
They're gonna be, we're moving, I think John is in the local history room, but the quilt show is after that, but that will go back to the Fells room, because they wanna be with the quilts. So they're actually gonna be working on their quilts as they're having the quilt show too. They're trying to get new members in. And the story times are up in hopes that we have a children's librarian, so I don't wanna, I'm taking them down methodically
Yeah.
so we don't lose all interest.
Mhm.
But the kids are still coming, they're just coming with their caretakers. And you know, the room is still available, there's a lot of activities out. Wiggles and Giggles, we were so busy the other morning, we had a full house, it was amazing, and all the parents stayed, so.
One of the things that we were discussing in the past, or have discussed in the past, is the state of the furniture in the children's room. And I can't imagine it having gotten any better. I know some of those items are pretty well worn. I don't know if
We
you've
did
been-
take pictures and looked at pictures, and there was only one.
It needed some cleaning.
Yeah, they needed
No,
to
no,
be
there were a
cleaned.
couple that are pretty frazzled, honestly. I mean, if you look around, you're gonna find that. I've spent a fair amount of time in there, and I think there's at least a couple of them that should be considered at least for replacement.
I think so, I agree with you 100%. I was looking at that a couple of weeks ago. There's one chair that I removed from the children's room because it's actually ripped through. So that's in the staff kitchen right now. That needs to be reupholstered. Both sofas need to be reupholstered. They're worn.
And the other thing to keep in mind too is when we started discussing this, we didn't have the amount of traffic that we're seeing now.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
So however, whatever their condition in the past, it's deteriorated even more than we might have expected.
So I found a upholsterer company, which are really hard to find now. Nobody does that
They
anymore.
are, they are.
George offered his services. He said we could do it, and I said, no, thank you. He used to do that for a living, which I think is
Oh,
interesting.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but I do want to have it priced out, and I want to see what the difference is between just reupholstering or replacing.
Right.
Because this furniture, like the structure of it's still in really good
Yeah,
condition.
no, it looks like it's good, solid stuff. It's just the
Yeah,
appearance of it, and then obviously
like
wear
good
and
stuff.
tear on the fabric. It's just,
Yeah.
things don't last forever, as
No.
we're seeing with a lot of the facility issues.
Right.
Yeah.
In the meantime, would you consider just getting one of those that fit over the sofa? I know they're not great.
Slip cover?
A slip
Yeah.
cover, that's the word I was
Oh,
looking
yeah.
for.
Not sure with the movement on those pieces of furniture,
Yeah,
how well
I've
they
seen
would-
some that are pretty good, but,
Yeah.
and they're fairly inexpensive, but I, just a suggestion.
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely it's gonna go on that building list somewhere, after the siding.
Yeah, right.
But yeah,
Wonderful.
and we have the state aid money. The state aid money has to be spent down, so that's a great thing to spend state aid money on, I think.
Yeah. Just find an
We get-
upholsterer, that's
We get
it.
an annual amount from the Mass Board of Library Commissioners.
Oh, okay.
You'll learn more about that as we go on. but
As we
yeah.
go through.
Oh, that was the big news too. The state aid, the financial report submitted, we submitted it last Friday. So it's all ready to go, so thank you for signing that right away.
So that's what I read Thursday night.
Yep.
Dropped it off on my way to the gym. Woo. Awesome, thank you so much, Nicole. You always have so much information for us. I truly appreciate that. And
Much appreciated.
obviously, your enthusiasm just continues to bubble and overflow, and your staff all, reflect your enthusiasm, so I appreciate that. Our next item on the agenda would be board member comments and/or observations.
Okay.
To go along with what you just said, I can be in Webster and hear about Dudley Library and our new library director. I'm in Webster hearing this. So we have Websterites who like to go visit Dudley Library, and they love the enthusiasm.
Yeah.
So on facility update, did we purchase a solar light for the flagpole?
Not yet, that's on my list.
I know.
That just came up, Richard mentioned last week when he came in that the flagpole needed painting, and it does, I looked, it
has
does.
for years.
It does, it does. That'll be, I mean, we're getting there. It's on, it went on the official Post-it note list.
Wasn't it on the fire department's list at one point to help out with that?
I thought the
Highway, because they're gonna need, you know,
they were gonna
Ladder.
ladder, that's the word.
a bucket truck or something.
Something to get up there, yes.
None of these things heal themselves, that's the problem, unfortunately.
And we should put the solar cap on when we do that, because it really should be lit.
Yeah,
So.
yes.
Agreed.
Have we killed another flag? I haven't looked up lately.
Almost, it's
Almost,
starting,
yeah.
it's starting,
Yeah.
it's starting, yeah.
How big is the flag?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay.
I do believe it's bigger than the normal 3x5. We actually had one donated last,
Well,
this
I-
one was donated because
Nice.
military receive them quite often at a funeral.
Yes.
And then the family goes, now what do I do with it?
Right.
And it was like,
Yeah,
we will use them, thank you very much, you know, and so it was donated.
we donated my dad's to Bay Path when they opened.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
nice.
So, yeah.
Do we have like a wish list that we have on our website?
Not that I know of.
I have worked with groups prior, and, you know, when there were things that we were looking for specific, like, that might be something that
Very
people-
specific,
people wouldn't-
size, shape, you know,
yeah,
because
but
you don't
people
want to
wouldn't
be a
think of.
collector of stuff.
Right.
But, you know, if we
But
can
I'm
be
just,
specific
I
like
think
that, it'd be
some
perfect.
folks might be very interested in, you know, making that kind of
Oh,
donation to
sure.
the librry or
I
what
mean,
have you.
That's an ideal one, because
It's a beautiful
my father
flag.
always loved the library, so I'd like to see, if you don't mind, I don't have a use for it, would you like to? And
Yeah,
of
'cause
course
they
he went,
usually
sure.
just sit-
Absolute.
Right.
They
in the
sit
little-
on a shelf
in a
like that,
box,
or
yeah.
in the
Yeah, we have
frame.
the frame, yeah.
I think if you're very specific, people are more likely to give. because
Exactly.
there's Less things to, like, will this be rejected, so.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
We don't want to replace the landfill.
No. But I'm just thinking that there are people out there that have approached you previously, Nicole, and had said, you know, is this something that you could use? Some
Yes.
things we can say yes to, some things, you know, are not something that we'd be able to use, but that would be something, or maybe, you know, the veterans group or what have you, they have, you know, connections. So we might, and I know like the Boy Scouts, when a flag is retired, the Boy Scouts
Have their
frequently
ceremony, yep.
will take their flags and, you know, they have a retirement, you know, ceremony for them. So I've got connections with 2 different Boy Scout troops, so if
Oh,
it's
nice.
something that we wanted to, you know, offer to them or what have you, that might be something that they'd be interested in helping out. Again, it's members of the same community working together.
Right, and you
Which-
tie it in with marketing and Facebook, who
Exactly.
donated, and that's
Yeah.
all.
Yep.
Thank
And
it's
if
all
the
great
veterans
stuff.
representative wanted to, I forget what his exact title would be, but I'm going to say veterans representative for lack of a better
Veterans
term.
agent.
But if we wanted to make a presentation, I mean, there's a photo opportunity there, you know, front page Webster Times.
Absolutely.
As many times as we can get ourselves in there, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Rogerson, what's his first name?
Rogerson, what is his
Rogerson, what's his
title?
first name?
Stephen?
Stephen Rogerson, thank you.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, Stephen.
still searching for the title.
Veterans agent.
Agent? I think it's veterans agent.
You said that, yes, you did.
so.
Yeah.
You did say that.
We're all on the same page, just different locations.
Very nice, you're a veterans agent.
While we're making comments and observations, I did want to bring up that we may have to change the October meeting. It's come to my attention that there are some,
Won't have a quorum.
there are some, you know, members of the trustee board that will
I'm sure
not
I
be
would suggest that we
available.
move the meeting
What a
to one of the locations where our membership will be found. And,
We cannot have that discussion, Mr. Clark,
well,
however.
I think we should approach the town administrator and see if we can't get funding
It's
for
in the
that.
budget. So okay, who has a calendar out?
Oh, we're not gonna do that, right? I guess.
No, we're not, young man, you'll be good.
I was on the verge of making a motion.
I
guess
bet
that
you were.
Bet he was too.
Didn't fly,
How about October 22nd, which would have been our
old time
prior
schedule?
time slot. Well, that's why I'm thinking it would be open. Would that work for you, Nicole?
I will make it work.
Or the 15th? Is that-
Okay.
Either one. I
As
I'm
long as
I know.
available. I'm good on
I'd
the 15th
prefer
and
the
the 22nd.
22nd.
I prefer
We
the
just have to
22nd.
check with, I guess it would be Olivia now to find out availability of rooms.
Okay,
And Amanda,
Let's tentative,
On the 22nd, it's okay.
Yeah.
okay,
okay.
sell the room.
put it in there.
All right,
People
so
check
just
it.
for the record, we will move our October 8th meeting to October 22nd to accommodate trustees' schedules. I appreciate
Mhm.
that for everyone, because I do like having all of us together.
And that's in this room.
That will be in this room here.
I just show up, it's the same floor.
I'm gonna say,
I
just
I
keep
go where the
walking.
party is. If the party's here, or if it's down there, I go.
There aren't as many
Richard
dead
doesn't
flies
like
this year
them.
as there have been in the past.
Richard doesn't like, I walked down there, because that's where I thought it was tonight, and I don't understand, like, I would think that the heat, and it must not be, like, they must be able to shut off rooms completely, because that room is about, I swear, 20 degrees hotter.
Really?
And I was like, oh boy, it's gonna be a warm night. And then when I came in here and she came, I was like, oh, we're gonna have it here tonight? And she's like, yep. Okay.
Wonderful.
We'll take it.
Yes,
Thank you.
because it was hot down there.
All right, do we have any other points of business we'd like to bring up? Any issues we'd like to discuss?
Pat, you had sent out something about
Oh, the bylaws.
the bylaws.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, good
And
point.
I believe it was done, but I don't think there were any changes.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. Like, but there were no changes.
Okay, so
Or
we should,
anything.
we should all, maybe put it on the agenda for next month and review them and see if there's anything.
I would like to see, it's in 5, I don't know where it is in 5. And we used to do it, and I'd like to see if there's a way we can do it again. I would like to see what bills are being paid weekly, and like the amounts and to who. Like, we stopped doing that, with a prior director, and it was because they were changing how invoices were submitted to the town hall, but it's in our bylaws that we are to see it weekly.
Right.
So I would like somehow, we can be emailed to us, or, something. We can create some kind of,
They're always there. They're right in the folder, every,
I can run the report on Vadar and send it to you.
I mean, I trust
Yeah.
Nicole and.
when I
I
look
would
at
be-
them.
I just like to see, because you don't know, like, it's like all of a sudden, wow, we paid Renard a lot, and,
Yeah.
like,
Right.
I'd like to see
I can,
that, like,
I would prefer not to send them out until they've been posted by the accountant. And then once that's done, I can give you the detail, like, this is a report that I run for myself, that I
Yep.
balance our sheets with this to make sure. That's why there were a couple changes on the
Yeah.
budget worksheet. There was a couple misposted things, but I don't see it until it's been posted to the accounting software.
and are you finding how fast is it posted once you send it up here?
There's a little bit of a lag.
Oh, how much, what do you think, a week, 2 weeks?
Sometimes 3,
Oh, okay.
sometimes 3.5. It depends. It depends, and I don't actually know who's doing the majority
Yeah.
of the key punching, the
Yep,
input.
yep.
But we also have a new town accountant who
Right.
is trying to close out the year and who's getting
Yep.
familiar with
System.
Vadar and the system, so I don't.
In the midst
I'm
of an
not
audit right now
Yeah,
as
and I'm
well.
not sure she actually does the input anyway.
Right.
So I'm just being patient and I'm watching it. I update our sheet as soon as the trustee signs off on the paperwork. So to me, that's real time, but,
Say that again, I'm sorry, I missed what you just said.
so the sheet that you guys get every month, I update that weekly as
You're
soon.
talking the budget
Mhm.
that you give us at the
Yeah.
week here?
Yep, I update that weekly as soon as the invoicing is complete and signed off by Ben or
Yep.
Kate. This report, is not done on the same time frame, so it's not, the checks haven't been cut, it's not official yet. So I guess it's how you wanna look at the money. If you just wanna see what invoices are coming in,
Mm-hmm.
I can do that, really up to you guys. I think it's probably a better idea if you wait until the checks are cut.
I would
but-
suggest that in case there's something changes.
Yeah, but you're gonna be behind, like, this report only goes through August 29th. The warrant that I'm working on this week will be dated for next Thursday, so it's essentially 3 weeks behind, so, if that makes sense. But yes,
Okay.
that is something that is easy to send out to you.
Okay, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
The reason it was changed is because it was so difficult. When I first started, it was, well, there were just 3 of us, but as it moved to 6, all the trustees had to
Right.
sign. And it was almost impossible to get everybody in there.
Yeah, that wasn't, yeah, that's not what I just wanted to see, like, yeah.
Where we're spending.
Yes.
Mhm. Yep, like a household, you wanna see where your money's going.
Mhm.
Because we are held accountable for that as the
Mhm.
trustees. I agree with you on that one.
And it's in the bylaws that it's supposed to be sent to us, and it actually says weekly.
Mhm.
But I don't mind that it's not weekly, like whatever, I'm fine with that. But you know what I'm saying?
So that's
It's like
one
I'm
thing we
just
should
looking
update.
for-
We should update that in the bylaws to make it jibe with what we're actually doing.
Right.
Well, we did make it, the change from everybody signing to
one.
one
Yes.
person or a designate.
I think- yeah, I don't
Chair
know
and
that it-
designee,
I don't know the
think.
language of it, what it actually says.
Yeah.
Because it is available every week. I mean,
Right.
if somebody went in, it's always available. You have it.
Yeah, I have it, and I actually, and this was something the previous director did not do, is she did not keep copies of
Right.
invoices in a binder.
Yeah.
I have that, so anytime you wanna come in and see an invoice,
Yeah.
just ask me for it, because
Yeah.
I refer
They
back to
should have been
them.
kept.
Yeah, I refer back to them all
Because
the
that's how
time.
you don't pay bills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Found out.
Don't make that face.
I think there's a couple sections, like,
We need
one
to
is
pay bills.
review and sign schedule of bills before being submitted to the town each week, and the next section is to approve expenditures of all library funds, which we do after the
Mhm.
fact.
Yeah,
I think the last sentence in the one you read above, Jean, well,
Yeah.
the last sentence,
A
what does
weekly
that say?
statement, yeah.
The weekly statement, yeah.
Fine with that. While we're talking bylaws information, I did just want to bring up, because Jean mentioned it before we started, but just a reminder for the ethics review training that we need to do. Jean did say that it's about an hour, so I just want to remind everyone to do it, reminding
It's
myself.
actually every 2 years now, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm reminding
I think-
myself.
Yeah, I think we're all set.
we may-
Thank you.
yeah.
Okay.
One other thing, the trustee list online needs to be updated.
Oh, you want to be
Oh.
updated?
Yeah, it's quite a couple years, I think it's a couple years old.
Okay.
Really? That far?
on the Town of Dudley website,
Yeah, I think
it
so.
should be updated, but I was gonna add, I had her take Adriana off already, but I didn't wanna put you on until you were signed in, so
Okay.
I'll send Debbie an email tomorrow.
Yeah, I looked somewhere, there were 2 people on there that I didn't know, so maybe it was on the library one of the library ones?
Let's hope
There's
it's
so
not on
many,
the
there's so many
library.
different
I
spots.
know, there really
so-
are, so if I see
Yeah,
it
but,
again,
yeah,
I will.
shoot her an email,
I will point
shoot her a
out,
message.
shoot, and let you
Yeah.
know
I definitely will.
exactly
And the
where I found it.
NBLC listing for our library will
Yeah,
have to be updated.
that should be updated also, but yes, I'll put that on the list.
Oh, yeah, she should go on the email list for that.
Thank you for coming, Jean, to keep us all updated.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Nothing like fresh blood say, hey, folks.
We become very complacent.
Well, you know, when you, in new eyes, you go, oh.
Exactly, exactly.
Appreciate it.
No,
Thank you much.
that is fantastic. Anyone else have anything else they want to discuss?
Just on that vein, I just welcome our newest member, and thank you for your diligence and your observations, and we'll look forward to more of the same coming up.
Okay, I'll try to come every week, every month. Every month I'll come.
Every
Well,
week.
you could come
You won't
every
find us here every week, dear, sorry.
But,
This is fun, but really.
Well, you certainly come to the library every week.
Oh.
Absolute.
Yeah, I was there today updating my card. We got some great help from your staff.
From
I
Debbie,
think-
yeah, she
Oh,
told me that you
yeah,
were in,
yeah.
yeah, that was fantastic.
Very-
I
Really
did
good.
print a copy of the long-range plan 19 through 24 for Jean. Would anybody else here like a copy?
I'll come grab one if you have one, but
Yeah, I made, because, yeah.
I can grab one when I'm in there.
Yeah.
I think we have them online too.
Is that the one that we're going to be in the process of updating and basically
Yeah, it has our goals
reworking?
and on the back of it, and the mission and the history, so it's kind
Okay.
of, it's interesting. It's a good read, it's a good read. Not changing the history, that section's
No.
staying the same.
Yep.
That's fine.
Yep.
No, I wouldn't mind a copy of it. All right, Mr. Clark, do your favorite thing.
Oh, Madam Chair, if it's in order, I would move that we adjourn.
Second.
Excellent.
7:15.
7:50. Nice job, folks. Thank you all. Can I have a
in
vote?
favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Excellent. Any opposed? Wonderful. 7:15, the meeting wraps up. I appreciate all of you and your time commitments. Thank you so much.